Dude, this righteous fear, man, it's different, man. It's provocative, man. I mean, I don't even know what that means. It gets the people going.
We use sex as a form of escapism. Every nut feels like a hug from the mother that young brother never had in his life. So sex becomes a form of escapism. It's not just about, has nothing to do with wanting pussy. It has everything to do with the avoidance of the anxiety, low self-esteem, abandonment issues, right? So once we start to look in the mirror and we deal with ourselves as men, my mother smoked crack, bro. I ain't have no mother, I ain't have no father, I ain't have no family. So when I was young, I was fucking everything. My fucking babysitter, she, you know, I was young. She was like 14. I think I was like 5 or 4, some shit like that. And she molested me. She used to rub on my penis and give me head and all that. So, and when you're a boy, to get molested by a woman is a cool thing. It's a double standard. But I was raped. And it's like, oh well, man up, whatever. Oh, that's cool. Ain't no 14-year-old girl supposed to be sucking on my dick. So I got introduced to sex and sexual endeavors very early. So now what I'm doing is, now when I get 7 years old, I'm trying to hump on the girls, the young girls too. Right? So now I'm introduced to sex too early. In the wrong way, right? And then now with my mother being distant, my mother abusing me, locking me in closets to go out and get high, now I'm searching for the love from a woman that my mother never gave me. But a woman can't give me a mother's love. A woman can give me a woman can give me a woman's love. It's just as powerful. But it took me years and years and years of pain to understand that. How to look in the mirror and really look in the mirror and hold the gaze with the black spot in your eye, because that's your soul. The eyes are the window to the soul, and the window allows you to open the window on your own motherfucking soul. And you look and you look and you look and you look, and then you search. That's true introspection, because now you can see who the fuck you are. And guess what? Ain't nobody there. So when you bitch up, it's okay. You feel me? And you gonna bitch up, because I cry like a motherfucker. Yeah, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, whether it's wrong or right, it's what it is. So pain, I believe pain is weakness leaving the body. There's no growth without pain.
Without opposition, you don't know what you are. Have you seen people in the gym shadow boxing? I mean, they look so good. Put somebody in front of them, all that shadow by you wonder where all that pretty move went. They lost it all. An opponent knocked them out in the first round. You don't know what you are without opposition. God has always given his prophets opposition to test their faith and to strengthen their will. And when your will is strengthened and your faith in God is strengthened, there is nothing that you cannot do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We is here, guys. We is in the righteous fear. Salute to all my good breads. Salute to all my sisters with sense that don't play about Mr. Goodbread. Today, we come to play. Salute, guys. It's Friday. Damn, yo. It feel like I just said that, right? The days is flying by. This year has flown by, guys. It's Friday. And again, we chose to live righteous. We chose to stay in our house in the comfort of our own zone, away from the ways of the world, and get some quality infotainment tonight, guys. So pat yourself in the back, because you could be anywhere in this world spending more money than you got, putting your neck on line because these people out here crazy, but you here. You know what I mean? So salute to y'all. Y'all already know we got Henny on the house, and we got my guy, King Grove, with me as the special guest host tonight as we do this one right. King Grove, what's going on, man?
Oh man, just feeling good in the neighborhood, you know.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
So straight off the bat, how do you feel about tonight's title? Black women are the cause for all the dumb shit in the black community. I stand on that.
I gotta say, bro, you know, what you saying is like it's like that double-edged sword that they talked about Jesus Christ was gonna have in Revelations that was gonna come out of his mouth and chop up all the heathens and the fake motherfuckers who pretend to be down. It's not just, you know, people who can say, well, I ain't part of this. No, it's chopping up the ones that claim to be part of this and they ruining the community. And the simps, you know what I'm saying, are the worst because they encourage these dumb bitches.
That's a fact.
Church.
That's a fact. We all know that the gender war is not about the woman. It's about what she's doing, who she's working for. But the gender war is between God and Lucifer himself. So that's two men entities. That's two male entities, guys. Spirits. It's good versus evil. What side are you on? Guys, what side are you on? All right. With that said, guys, let's go into it. Yo, let's get into it. And remember, trigger warning, disclaimer. I'm not fitting to get on here on any of my videos and feel the need to say not all. Guys, we live in a democracy where the majority rules. So if the majority is stupid and you are not one of the majority, you shouldn't have a problem with this entertainment. You shouldn't have a problem with this infotainment because the closer we get to the truth, the only pushback we're going to get is from those that benefit from what? If we getting close to the truth, who going to push back from that? Those that benefit from the lies. Know what I mean? The Jezebel defenders, the women that can identify with the traits we call out because that's what they do in their regular life. Now, forget about the character they try to paint and tell us they are online. They be triggered because offline, them facts be hitting. Them facts be hitting. And I stand on everything I say. The link has been dropped. If we get any one of you bad bees that think you know better than a fifth grader, please join the live. Please explain yourself, because I got answers. You know what I mean? And don't be one of them females that can't answer more than 3 questions in a row without calling me gay or some shit like that. Have a logical explanation to why you don't feel you are not responsible for the fuck shit that's going on. You know what I mean? Because I got a list now. We're not gonna play this game. Hit my music. Hit my music. We gonna play tonight. We gonna play tonight. Hit the music, man. We came to play. We came to play. Because I got questions. I got questions. Because I stand on everything I say. And my first question is for, where's she at? The black grandmothers, the quiet killers, black grandma, those that are still here with us. We tired of hiding shit. We tired of keeping a secret. We tired of whispering shit. What's the secret, grandma? We should have been addressing these things 20 years ago, grandma. Why must you cast this secret? And I get it, because part of our problem today is that we lack privacy and we run to social media. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe our grandmoms weren't that secretive. It's just that they ain't have social media back in them days. So maybe we are giving them credit for no reason. I'm just saying. But grandma, we tired of keeping things a secret around the black community. That fakeness is the root of all evil now. Because God said to remove all falsehood. To remove all falsehood. King Grove, you got anything you want to ask the black grandmothers, because somebody gonna take some responsibility today. We done focused on the men's long enough. The fatherless dad, we done focused on them long enough.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Just being a real dude, and good bread. We from the same. I'm talking about cut from the same cloth. We come from the same generation. I'm gonna be real. I had daddies of some of these bitches that I was dating would keep it real and show me love when grandmas was on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? And even against their own, mama, they would tell me like, hey, talking about the grandma, like, hey man, what my daughter done told you? My daughter done lied about this or such and such this. So hey man, she got another little side dude she messing with, or she really ain't taking care of her little kids properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, older man, the younger dude, they would see a nigga on his purpose trying to rise, and even though it would end up fucking up the little hustle the grandma got, because the grandma want money, probably a couple blunts and a bottle of Henny for babysitting. You know what I'm talking about? The bitch, she's on some slick shit. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, real men can sit down at the table and be like, look, man, this is what it need to be and this is what it is. But these bitches get in the way. We don't need a bunch of bitches going to the barbershop. You know why we can't have barbershop talk no more? Because these bitches ain't got boyfriends. They don't have husbands. They don't even have no man friend. You don't even see these bitches in Walmart walking around with nobody when they doing their Christmas shopping. They dolo solo, bruh. Church,
bro. And my beef with the grandmas is black grandmothers in the community. Y'all sat there and watched this shit and did not correct it. Y'all sat in this shit and it spread it, and y'all became it just as bad as it. And y'all did not say nothing. You just as bad as the grapists. By knowing that the grapist and the grape went down and not saying anything, you are just as bad as the grapist in the black community. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, and let it trigger you. Let it sizzle your soul, you old wicked witch. Because ain't nobody ever addressed you. Ain't nobody ever put you in your place. You sit around a bunch of family members that wear masks, and as you wear a mask. I don't know why we think Lucille is God. Bernadine and Bernadette and bitches with those names are God. And they tell the truth their whole life. They not. They the reason why these women that we dealing with today are the way they are. Guys, y'all see that thumbnail? Y'all see that thumbnail? The significance. That forbidden fruit that Lilith passed Eve, it go on today, guys. Because that fruit is the knowledge. That fruit is knowledge. And how can a dumb person teach you how to be wise and smart? How can a person that never went and got this information teach you how to be wise and smart? When do black women get this crown? And who qualifies the person that gives them this crown? Because I need to know. They don't have fathers. And I played checkers. I know you get there and you say king me. You don't say queen me. Next, guys, next. Because I ain't going to keep you long. Next, the next female energy in the community that we need to address. Because remember, the women are responsible for the community and the children in the community. You know what I mean? We're responsible for building and protecting that as men. But they are responsible for nurturing that. And they have done a bad job. They have done bad all by themselves, like they said they was going to do. They said they was going to do that. And they did just that. Next, the black mother, the God, queen, end all be alls. You know what I mean? We got to give a special salute to her. And before I ask her questions, hold on, let me get a queen her praise. And I know how y'all niggas is when we talk about mamas and y'all mamas and shit. So hold on, hold up.
Ears stick out to get away from your face.
Well, your mama is
Hold
so...
it, wait a minute. Don't bring anyone's mother into this. She ain't here. If it wasn't for your mother, you wouldn't be here. So remember, when you put down one mother, you put down mothers all over the world.
Treat your mother right. Treat her right. Treat her right. Treat her right. Treat your mother right. Treat her right. Treat her right.
Mother, there is no other like mother. So treat her right. Mother, I always love her. My mother. So treat her right. Treat her right. Image for the moan and the miserable groan from the pain that you felt when I was born. Always for the oven with.
I ain't have a goddamn thing to do with you was born. She just was miserable. She just was miserable. Because the intentions in having you wasn't correct. Wasn't aligned with the Holy Spirit, sir. But in any event, Sister Queen, ma'am, end all be alls. Why must you be the end all be all and you never go see about yourself? Mothers never go see about themselves, man. But they want to have this position over these kids as the end all be alls. You know these kids get older and they know y'all bullshit, bro. They know y'all bullshit. It don't matter how many Jordans, it don't matter how much you bought them, it don't matter. This is why y'all be feeling so slighted. Because all y'all worried about is the look. The look. When these kids need more than just the look. These kids need information. Because it's a cold, cold world out there, yo. And I tell you this all of the time. No matter how you feel you raising your kid, right? Without the information needed in today's society, when you send your kid outside, he going to have to adjust and adapt. And that's sad because he going to be without a lack of information. You could raise a Jesus. I feel like I'm raising the Jesus Christ and the Virgin Mary. But that's only when they're in my presence. When they get outside, they got to adapt to what the fuck is out there. And it's not a lot of people raising Jesuses and Virgin Marys. Remember, this is a democracy. So this is why I don't get on here and talk this, not all, because that's stupidity. We see that the majority is fools. The majority is prostitutes. You know what I mean? Cut it out. All right, but Mother Queen, bro. You got anything you want to ask the Mother Queens? King Rudolph?
I mean, they're raising a bunch of prostitutes, Jezebels, stick-up kids, scammers, baseheads, suck-ass niggas, simps, Umar Johnsons, you know what I'm saying? Niggas like that. And what's really bad is a nigga that know better and still promote fuckery. You know what I'm saying? But these women, man, you know, shout out to the good mothers, because there are some good ones. It's just they looking kind of invisible on our community these days. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. But they out there.
Because they outnumbered and they not calling out the bad mothers, right? But they don't understand how the majority of mothers is bad. So when they send their little Jesus out there, and now they Jesus get influenced by the 44 devils that's out there, what's this worth? Because your kid gonna get rid of the shit you taught him ASAP, because he gotta make the adjustment. Everybody not raising their kid like you. It's the same thing that y'all do with y'all relationships. Y'all go looking for other people. Y'all go looking for you in other people. There is no you in other people. What's with this naive shit, bro? Acting like it's the fake shit. And see, this is the death of us, bro. It's the fake shit, bro. Y'all don't even like each other. Let's stop playing, bro. Y'all don't even like each other, bro. Y'all threatened by each other. Y'all don't really want to compete with each other, so y'all play nicey. But it ain't enough resources out there for y'all to really play nicey with each other. It's more y'all and less of us. So cut the crap. Knock it off. Knock it off. All the way off. But black moms, why y'all feel that y'all is God? Who told y'all y'all God? You know what I mean? Who told y'all y'all God? Because y'all not God. You know what I mean? Y'all not God at all. But moving right along, and I'm appalled that the black grandmothers let the mothers in the black community jack y'all day. Y'all let the mothers jack Mother's Day. Now you got the single mothers celebrating Mother's Day when Mother's Day is for grandmothers. Mother's Day is a grandma, your mother day. It ain't got shit to do with your baby mother. But I digress, you know what I mean? Shit all crazy. The grandmothers, them in they silence, because they want to be silent, they done let the mothers run all over them. The mothers done kidnapped Mother's Day. Make sure your shorty buy her mother something before you go simping on Mother's Day. Make sure your shorty buys her father something on Father's Day before she buy you something. It's that real. I stand on everything I say. The black aunties, man, the alter ego of your mother. I want you to peep something with your auntie, fellas and ladies, with some sense. You know, if you got the Eve moms or if you got the Lilith moms, how your auntie behave. If you got one of these hoe-ass aunties, then you know you got a good moms. All right, I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm gonna tell you. So now it's on you now. 50% circumstance, 50% acceptance of that circumstance. It's on you now. If you got a hell of an auntie, then your mom's is good, bro. It's just you. It's something that you done intook from the ways of the world that got you wanting to rebel on what your mom's is trying to get you to understand. But 9 times out of 10, that's how you could tell. You could tell through your auntie what type of mother you got. Because I told y'all, in these families and in these relationships and with people, bro, even with brothers. Remember, I told you with brothers, you take 2 brothers, right? And you're going to have you an Adam. You're going to have you an Abel and you're going to have you a Cain. You know what I mean? Just like with the sisters. You're going to have you a Lilith and you're going to have you an Eve, guys. You know what I mean? And y'all stick around. We're going to get to Lilith and we're going to break down why she's so significant and why I need y'all to understand that Lilith is the first woman created. So this is the majority. This is why I ain't fitting to get on here and talk about not all. The first woman was created is Lilith, guys. Remember, Eve the backup. Eve our second bag because we fumbled the first. And we accidentally fumbled the first. The first one, you can't even really chalk that up to Adam. You can't chalk Lilith's behavior and not wanting to be submissive to Adam. You can't chalk that up to Adam. But now Eve is all Adam. That's all you. This is why I tell you, yo, don't stay Adam. Don't stay Adam. You got to put in the work on you so that you can convert, make the covenant, become Abraham, be Moses, be Elijah. All right? But yeah, that's the secret on there. And last but not least, oh no, definitely not last, but next, the black sister. This is your competitor, fellas and ladies, but more so fellas. I'm talking to my fellas right now. Understand that your mom's probably cherish you more than she cherished your sister. You know what I mean? And your sister, she gonna feel a way about that. She's not gonna let you know. She's not gonna tell you. But if you got a bigger sister, those of you that got big sisters, when your big sister beat your ass, bro, that's frustration. Just understand. She still love you. She still love you, but that favoritism is a motherfucker. And nowadays, in the black community, they play this lottery child game where they have a bunch of kids in hopes that one of those kids hit rich and get famous, and you know what I mean? But what they don't understand, the more kids you have, the less resources you're gonna have for each of those kids individually. You know what I mean? But a lot of that come into play when you have sisters and brothers and stuff. You know what I mean? That be that competitive. That's that first competition. Remember, I'll tell you the first relationship, you pick up these traits that you carry on into your first sexual relationship with a female. And this is part of that first relationship with your parents, and then you're in that household, and you know what I mean, with women. All right, guys? Last but not least, the black bro. Yo, you got something you want to add to that for the black sister, bro?
I mean, you pretty much summed it up, my man. That's kind of what I was going to say. You know what I'm saying? The sister, you know, is your competition. You know, mama fuck around favor who she going to favor. And she going to favor a boy with these son husbands and that bullshit. And it's going to make the sister have animosity that's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Picking favorites. You're supposed to love your kids equally, man. It's crazy.
Facts. And last but not least, guys, the black bro. The black bro, the fence straddler, the sellout. You know what I mean? Like I said before, you're going to have your Abel and you're going to have your Cain when it comes to brothers. You're going to have your Minji nigga that don't want to sacrifice that old ego, and you're going to have that brother that sacrificed it all, bro. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we know how that story ends, and that normally be how it ends. You know, moms favor the toxic brother. Moms favor the toxic brother. So if you getting favored, you might want to check yourself. You might be a little red pill repellent, and that's why your mama love you. Better than she like, more than she like your brother, who ain't fitting to dig in the cat litter. You know what I mean? You know, because our parents use us to dig and cover their tracks. They don't teach us nothing, but they use us to cover their tracks. And that's the problem, because there's always some fake shit going on in the black community amongst the sisters. They don't never sit amongst each other and talk about some real shit. It's always some victim or some fairy tale shit. They never sit with each other and talk about ways to become better parents, ways to stop the violence in the community, because they are the ones giving birth to the violence in the community. You know what I mean? These bitches don't even know how to hold each other responsible, because they all run around here programmed thinking a nigga is responsible for their coochie, because society gives them the safety net and the bag for unappropriate. Remember, they get paid for unprotected, irresponsible sex. They get a bag for that. You don't get a bag for that. You know what I mean? They can fuck and suck whoever they want raw, and this is why they do it. They don't use condoms. They get all over this internet acting like they care about their temple. They don't use no motherfucking condoms, bro. They fucking suck whoever, because they know they got the safety net, and then they talk they shit too. Both of them is accountable, but they love to hold the man accountable, bro. The AIDS rate is climbing, higher than the motherfucker, but they wanna let a man be responsible for their coochie. Hope God with him. God bless him. But yeah, the black bro at this point be selling out. I need my brothers to stop thinking everything is a competition amongst brothers, bro. You get no points trying to slam your man. Like, what the fuck, yo? That's what the beta males do. Alpha males and sigma males, we don't play fight with each other, bro. If it's up, then it's up. We try and take you out. But all of this talking about the next man or forcing the next man to believe what you want to believe or what you believe, this shit is foolishness, bro. You know what I mean? If the nigga want to do whatever he want to do, let the nigga do whatever he want to do. You do what you want to do. That's it. The next man victory is not your loss. And we got to get up out of that, bro. We got to get up out of that, man. If you don't fuck with the movement, you don't fuck with the movement, bro. Create your own. You know what I mean? All right, guys, let's get into some content, bro. Let's get into some content. Let's break down this Lilith joint right here, guys, so I can show y'all the first lady, man.
Yo, you say, man, you crushed a lot of feelings with that statement, man. Church.
It's a fact, bro. You know, we New Yorkers, bro. If you can't get paid in the earth this big, you worthless, kid. And you ain't gonna get paid watching over your shoulder at what another nigga did. Or is doing. That shit don't make no sense, bro. That's called hating. Word up. Amongst the niggas. Now, I don't know what niggas do. I don't know what the sisterhood do. But I know a lot of niggas is raised by moms in the sisterhood. And they have that same trait. They have that same trait. They can't see another nigga get ahead. They got to start talking and cackling about him like, kiki. That's some bitch shit. That's some feminine shit. It's the facts. You know what I mean? All right, guys, let's get into some content, man.
Today's episode is brought to you by Babel. To some, she has wandered the earth realm for thousands of years, lurking under the cover of darkness and preying on infants for which to consume. To others, she is a temptress, a wicked femme fatale, who seduces the unsuspecting man in the nocturnal hours. Some say she is a winged creature, perhaps part bird and part woman.
Part bird and part woman. She's definitely a bird. But guys, man, pay attention, man. Pay attention. You're going to get all you need to know. You're going to get all of the traits. You heard how they're killer babies. You know the abortion rate is sky high. Our city, New York, is inviting them on over because you know New York, government saying zaddy, they work with their helpers. These women are the right hand to white supremacy. So, you know what I mean? They got their partnership. The information is out there now, guys. We know what they doing. Now it's our job not to fall and fund what they doing. We can't just go walking and fall into the hole like we know it's there. We know it there. We know it's there now.
Today's episode is brought to you by Babel. To some, she has wandered the earth realm for thousands of years, lurking under the cover of darkness and preying on infants for which to consume. To others, she is a temptress, a wicked femme fatale, who seduces the unsuspecting man in the nocturnal hours. Some say she is a winged creature, perhaps part bird and part woman.
And remember, guys, Lilith operate in the night. Her feet never stays at home. She's a night operator. At dusk. That's the Proverbs 7 female, guys. Proverbs 31, the rare woman, the woman that we fucking looking for, you ain't gonna find her in the night, bro. You gonna find her at dawn. She does her work at dawn, in the wee hours of the morning, and then she get back in just in time to make breakfast. That's how she work. These bitches right here is on every street corner, yo. Every street corner.
One who possesses a horrific speech and a pair of bloody talons to boot. Meanwhile, she's also frequently dubbed as the very first woman, she who was Adam's first wife before Eve, Adam's ex-wife, if you will. Various audiences have described her as evil, innocent, immoral, brave, sickening, charming, villainous, heroic. Indeed, the character Lilith evokes many polarizing perspectives, and it would appear that throughout the generations of history, the meaning of Lilith has morphed to suit her ever-changing audiences. Despite being relatively unknown to the average follower of mainstream Christianity, and even evading the scholars of formalized demonic classifications, the ancients certainly took note of the dark powers of Lilith, and this is evident given her migration across the ancient cultures of Egypt, Greece.
And guys, don't let me scare y'all. Don't be scared, bro. Don't be scared. All she got is that sexy temptation. You fight that temptation and you're good, bro. In fact, if you get rid of those toxic ways in you will repel her automatically. As long as you keep those toxic ways in you only gonna attract Lilith bitches, bro. You only gonna attract bitches that can only trick you with a fake outside value, and they have nothing on the inside, and they have no love for man. They have no father, so they have no love for man. Nobody ever taught them what a good man is. So you fuck if you get caught up with one of these chicks. If you just one of them tongue out thirsty niggas that have not gotten rid of the toxicity in you. Remember, it's very easy. We don't play games over here. It's very easy, right? It's either you're picking women like her, Lilith's, instead of Eve's, or you are Lucifer and Lilith just attract to you. Lilith gonna attract to you all of the time, bro. Lilith love you. It's two choices.
Israel, and of course, Babylonia. Before we get started on today's episode, a brief message from the sponsor of today's video, Babbel. If you're anything like me, you've probably tried learning a new language at some point. In the first of this series, we'll be focusing on the Lilith from Babylonia, a woman, or perhaps more so a creature, who was vilified for her monstrous antics. Indeed, as aforementioned, Lilith is a polarizing character who embodies traits of bravery, courage, and a desire for emancipation, a misunderstood being who was more of a victim than a troublemaker. But to the Babylonians, it was clear who Lilith was: a fiend, a murderer, and worse yet, a demon. The origins of Lilith can be traced back to the Assyrians and the Babylonians, where the name Lilith can be found in two different forms, the Lili and the Lilutu. Both were believed to have meant spirits, and we see these spirits in various ancient Mesopotamian stories, where these spirits play a menacing role. According to Assyriologists, the name Lilutu can also be translated to mean female night demon, something which may mirror the understanding of an audience from the medieval period.
All right, guys, so that we all clear, let me catch you up on something. Right now, we're just going over the first wife. We're going over literally the first black woman created. All right? We're going over the first black woman created. Straight up and down. I don't want to scare you. I'm not here to scare you. This is the first black woman created. You know what I mean? This was the woman created from the dirt, like we were created from the dirt. Because she was created from the dirt, she felt that we were equal. Don't that sound like you're a modern day feminist, right? That they think they're equal to man. They forget that they were created second. You know what I mean? In order for him to know that he can create them from the dirt, he had to have created us from the dirt. And that's what he did. But they feel they're equal to man. You're a modern day feminist. You're a modern day woman. So when you ask me, Mr. Goodbread, why you be going so hard on the women and why you be blaming women for everything? Because I can, motherfucker. Because it was written. It was written. Y'all came out not wanting to be cooperative, not wanting to be submissive to a man, bro. And it's in the book. So now I got to teach my guys how to stay away from y'all. You know what I mean? I got to teach my ladies how not to get fooled by y'all. And that's why the thumbnail speaks a lot. Because we know that it was Lilith that went in that garden with that apple, just like this crown, and gonna place it on Eve's head to make her just as dumb as Lilith. That's how that went down. So when you ask me why I blame women for everything, I'm gonna need you to go get some information, sis, so that you don't fall into that category. All right. So you can be in the not all category. For now, I'm talking about you. Go get some information. You know what I mean? Because I get my information from the BIBLE, the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Just the basic instructions. I mean, you can complicate it if you want. I'm not. Let's get back to it. You got anything you want to add to that, King Gudolf?
Say, bro, see you flowing, homie. I'm water. Shit, I'm with it.
Cuneiform scripts from Mesopotamia, meanwhile, those found on clay tablets, are believed to have referred to the Lelutu, or the Lilith, as an airborne spirit that carried diseases. To the ancients of the Mesopotamian regions, Lilith, or the Lelutu, was an undeniably nefarious creature. It was believed to dwell in the desert and prowled amongst the sandy wilderness, picking on those who were unfortunate enough to find themselves lost and alone in the dark.
Exactly. Misery needs company, and poverty needs company, guys. You know what I mean? Remember, I told you a narcissist can only operate on a lost dummy, on a nigga acting lost. These niggas that be lost out here, and you know it's a lot of us lost out here because our mother ain't give us the answer, Sway. So they prey on us, fatherless niggas. They prey on us. They know we weak. We weak. This is why it's important to get rid of all those traits, all those negative traits that your mama placed in you. Because a bad chick is only gonna bring those out of you. See, a good chick will give you a reason to keep those fucking traits suppressed in you. But it's not a lot of good ones out here.
More specifically, the Lelutu's ideal prey happened to be pregnant women and children, arguably those who were the most vulnerable at the time. It would not be uncommon for tales of the Lelutu to have pinched infants from their families, and often enough, if a child had wandered off and gotten lost, the Lelutu would be the prime suspect. The spirit's abduction of children would become a plausible theory as to what may have happened to a lost child, whilst also serving as an image or a tangible being for which to blame. Secondarily, the Lelutu could also be blamed for miscarriages and stillbirths. The Lelutu, in a plural sense, were also believed to be spiteful spirits because they had once been human themselves. They were considered to be humans who had died young, and so having been denied of their existence, became envious of the humans who were still in the land of the living.
It's all symbolic to how these old bitches hit the wall and then they just try to sabotage the young ones. Soon as they hit that wall, they smack that wall, and that beauty can't bring them anybody. They start teaching these women, these young women, with value, how to be a dummy. They teach them this delusion. They go put that crown on their head, and then they teach them all this dumb shit so that they can follow them. Because it'd be a form of jealousy, guys.
With this notion, the Lelutu became hostile and entered the households of the living so as to occupy the space of husbands and wives. There, they were able to experience what it was like to have intercourse, as well as experience the associated sensations and feelings that
Yo.
This would lead on.
I gotta say it, man. You know, I've heard a lot of Christians, Muslims, and Hebrew Israelites. You know, people who really study the Bible, study what you call that shit, studied the Apocrypha, the lost books, and man, pretty much everybody's saying the same thing. You know, there's a demon called succubus, and they say that Lilith is the queen, the leader of the succubus. That's where they came from. She's the head succubus. So like this video is talking about this sexual shit. You know, these bitches come use you for your dick, but they're gonna give you a world of pain. Like the good old women back in the day used to say, you know what I'm saying? A night of pleasure can give you a lifetime full of heartache. And that's what it is, fucking with these bitches, man. We cannot, you know what I'm saying, be fucking with bitches that's gonna suck the life out of you, suck your resources, put you on child support, and not let you see your kid, man. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of niggas, a lot of good dudes, whether they're in the street or whether they work at the post office, man, these niggas would be paying more money and doing more for their kids if they ain't have big zaddy government in their fucking pocket, man. Church,
bro. And that's the name of the game. That's what Lucifer need to weaken masculinity. He don't need the men building anything. He don't need the men building anything. Because goddamn, if the men was to build, if the men was to be building and they wouldn't be distracted, they're not distracted by getting out of poverty and dodging, ducking and dodging and fighting with raggedy bitches, and they teamed up and realized that the people hold the power. Because, you know, if the people ain't struggling, distracted with poverty, we just might team up with our white bread and our Asian bread, and goddamn, because the people own the power. Y'all do know that, right? It's our votes. It's our votes that got these politicians' pockets fatter than the motherfucker because we want to be dumb. Remember, they teach us just enough. Just enough. But yeah, guys. You know what I mean? All day, chosen one. Fuck child support. But boy, if we wasn't distracted by our lust and fighting with these raggedy bitches and wasn't trying to come up out of poverty, boy, the government would be in trouble. If we got on God plan, we'd be able to govern ourselves. Government would be in trouble. We'd all be rich.
On to the continued vilification of these creatures and earn them the reputation of demonic sexual predators.
See?
It is from Mesopotamian mythology that we find the earliest mention of Lilith's name in the Sumerian epic poem known as Inanna and the Halupu tree, where she appears as the aforementioned Lilutu. In this story, we are told of Gilgamesh, a mighty hero of the ages, who with an enhanced strength and agility stands closer to the gods than any man ought to be able to. In his quest for eternal life, Gilgamesh finds himself fulfilling a favor to the goddess of love and war, Inanna, who is pining over her Halupu tree. When Gilgamesh inquires as to why the goddess is so distressed, she explains to him that she wished to carve out a throne for herself in her tree. However, 3 insidious beings had infiltrated the tree. A monstrous bird sat atop the branches, whilst a devilish snake burrowed beneath the tree's roots. In the center, though, lay the Lilutu, she who had made the tree her home. It is unclear why Inanna did not remove these dark essences from the tree herself, but some suggest that the Lilutu in particular possessed some power, now that it inhabited what was to become the throne of Inanna. Perhaps in some regard, this was the Lilutu preventing a goddess such as Inanna from ascending and from being recognized as a deity, or perhaps as a means for the Lilutu to demonstrate power over the goddess in that she could not be removed from her spot. On the other hand, it might be said this was just a test laid by Inanna for Gilgamesh, one he passes with flying colours. The poem tells us that not only does Gilgamesh pull the snake up from the roots and scare the bird away, but he also terrifies the Lilutu until it flees back to the desert.
Okay, so the e-commerce big guys offer 2-day shipping, and maybe you're a not-so-big guy.
From this tale alone, we can gather that the Mesopotamian attitude towards Lilith was not a favourable one. Lilith was an adversary to be overcome, an enemy of the gods, and a monster to be driven away to the desolate places outside of civilization. Like Gilgamesh.
Exactly, guys. So understand, right? Why single people is more at peace than people in a relationship, cat? Because a lot of y'all is in relationships with Lucifer or Lilith, depending on which one you is. You know what I mean? And you're gonna inherit their curses. You're gonna inherit their tab. You know God looking for them, bro. God on a constant watch. God got his people. He got his warriors looking for them. You know what I mean? They got their little helpers working for them. And it's a war going on outside. So if he catch you with one of them bitches, what you think gonna happen? You're gonna inherit all of their wrath, bro. And this is what's going on right now. You dudes is getting hugged up and booed up with these raggedy Lilith chicks, and then you're looking in the mirror 2 months later talking about, I fell off, I'm not the same. And then you lie to yourself. You lie to yourself just like them because you raised by a liar. You raised by a liar, so you'll lie to yourself and tell you that nothing wrong with you. You ain't even worried about what she doing to you. You worried about what she doing for you. And all she doing is giving you coochie every now and then. Got you doing all sorts of weird shit for it. Pull back. Got you simping out. Get some. Roll over. You know what I mean? Stick it out type shit. It's weak, bro. That's weak, bro.
Gilgamesh, man was not meant to entertain Lilith, nor
Nope.
was he meant to be afraid of her,
Nope.
for she could be triumphed over. Secondarily, she
And again, guys, that's for my passport bros. Again, I don't shame y'all guys, yo. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. But don't be scared of these bitches, bro. Don't do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because you scared. Do it because you want to do it. And add to your repertoire that you going overseas to get right with your God, with your creator, right? Even if it's a lie, go and add that. It'll make you sound better, guys. Because you're looking crazy out here, bro. You know what I mean? These black bitches is not that scary, bro. They not.
She was not to be admired nor yearned for, but instead banished from one's presence, before she had a chance to tamper with man's better judgment. Gilgamesh in this sense becomes a portrait of how man should aspire to be, particularly in front of the gods. And because Gilgamesh had not hesitated in his shunning of Lilith, man should not have either. Yet in a Babylonian account, we find that Lulutu was believed to be a prostitute of the goddess Ishtar, Ishtar being the equivalent of Inanna. Lulutu in this sense would serve Ishtar and spread the goddess's power of sexuality throughout communities, encouraging perversion of the local men and tempting them away from their marriages. This account is corroborated with the older Sumerian accounts, where Lulutu was known as Inanna's handmaiden.
Exactly. Again, I don't know why we talk about men cheating all the time, because a man can't cheat unless a bitch is willing to fuck him. We don't never have smoke for these bitches that know, and these bitches be knowing that that nigga be with you. That's why they want to fuck, because they know he got you. But then y'all be sitting there, then y'all sit there, y'all get around each other, and y'all do shit like this, crown each other. When y'all know y'all can't stand each other, and y'all know y'all fuck that bitch man if he had value quicker than the blink of an eye. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop it now. The fakeness need to go. Black woman fakeness is the root of all evil, bro. So many sins come from y'all being fake, bro.
Where she once again was tasked with promoting promiscuity and sexual indulgence. This might be the basis as to why Lilith is often framed as a succubus, especially when you consider that she was a spirit of the night, who had a sexual appetite for men and leading them astray. The succubus functioned in exactly the same way, and whilst its primary objective was to obtain the semen of her victim, you might say it sought secondary delight in both the physical satisfaction and the corrupting of man.
Oh, like Cardi, go drugging niggas and then taking all their money. Or more like that sound like meet the meat to me.
You hitting from the back, beating my shit in. I asked you why it feel like that. You said feel like what? I tell you meet the meat. You said you took the rubber off. So I'm throwing it back even harder. You tell me you got the nut, so I'm throwing it back even harder. You got the one hand on neck, one thumb in ass, hitting my shit, beating it the fuck in. Now you nut. You leave the money on the dresser for a plan B. 2 days later, you calling my phone asking me, did I take what? I left the money on the dresser for the plan what?
Demon. You gotta protect yourself, fellas.
And sexual indulgence. This might be the basis as to why Lilith is often framed as a succubus, especially when you consider that she was a spirit of the night, who had a sexual appetite for men and leading them astray. The succubus functioned in exactly the same way, and whilst its primary objective was to obtain the semen of her victim, you might say it sought secondary delight in both the physical satisfaction and the corrupting of man. Furthermore, there is another Mesopotamian name recorded at this time, in the form of Lilu, which again sounds suspiciously similar to Lilith or the Lilutu itself. This creature was believed to prey on men in their sleep, and just like the succubus, sought the man's seed so as to impregnate itself. We do not get much of an idea as to what Lilith looked like from these accounts alone. However, there does exist a terracotta plaque known as the Burney relief that is believed to have originated from around the year 2000 before the Common Era, the same period when the epic poem Inanna and the Helupu Tree was believed to have been written. This terracotta plaque depicts what some scholars believe to be an early Babylonian depiction of Lilutu, or Lilith, where we see her standing unashamedly naked. She is depicted with wings, talons, and horns, and is accompanied by 2 lions and 2 owls, those who sit obediently beside her. The plaque itself is kind of creepy, but it does denote a sense of liberty in Lilith's nakedness, if not a total disregard of humanity and civility. In this piece, Lilith is wild and untamable. She has no need of clothes, for she is above mankind, supernatural in nature, and unsubscribing of the same virtues as us.
And that's why you can't keep an article of clothes on these bitches, bro. You see how they walk out here? They walk out here ass naked damn near, bro. You know what I mean? Ass naked down here, bro. This is why, guys, you got to get your game up, bro. You got to get your game up, because shit ain't like how it was back in the days. Remember our granddaddies and our fathers? They ain't have this much temptation. We fighting the real fight. We on all Madden out here, bro. Motherfucker, you see how it is, bro. You can't, bro, you can't go 15 scrolls without seeing some ass pushed to you. It wouldn't matter how holy your algorithm is, bro. You getting sex and ass marketed to you soon as you go online. Soon as you go online, bro.
Her attendants are creatures of the wild too, the owls and the lions. Those who, like the bird and the snake in the Helupu tree, appear to coincide with her. Interestingly, it is the owls that may mark a point of particular significance, for as a bird of prey that hunts in the night, they are certainly well suited to a nocturnal, airborne spirit that the Mesopotamians pegged as Lilith. With this in mind, it is important to note that it is believed by more recent scholars that the Burney relief does not actually depict Lilith, but instead the goddess Inanna, a goddess who, despite her status within the pantheon, did possess a similar sexual appetite and rogueness that is frequently attributed to Lilith.
All right, so now y'all know why I go hard. Because I know. Remember, I don't see beauty. I look past that beauty and bag shit. I don't give a fuck how pretty a chick is. I don't give a fuck how much money she got. Her celebrity not hot to me. If her energy read Lilith, and I'ma call it out. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all, guys. So, King Grove, you got anything you want to add to that before we transition on into the next segment?
Yeah, that's damn, that's a motherfucking fact right there, bro. And like you say, these these bitches always walk around naked and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got bitches now trying to date dudes who's, you know what I'm saying, dudes is above them as far as social, you know what I'm saying, social standard, motherfucking above your level, bitch. And you out here trying to ask a nigga to subscribe to your webcam show, you know what I'm saying, or your fucking only whatever the fuck that shit is, only funds. Like, bitch, are you out of your damn mind? And what y'all niggas gotta start telling these hoes, like I tell them, bitch, you better know your audience. Do I look like a nigga that's gonna pay for some dumb shit like that? Bitch, do I look like Steve Urkel to you? The fuck wrong with you?
Boo Boo the Fool.
You like, and that's the crazy thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could see it if it was on some, yeah, they trying to get niggas, different niggas to, you know, subscribe to their shit or get more money. But how you gonna try to holler at a nigga on some date me, take me seriously shit, and then you gonna try to come at him with some sex work? It's only $2.99 a month. Bitch, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, man.
It's crazy. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Only, and this is the fucked up shit, you go to a mixed bar, you know what I'm saying, or a strip club that's predominantly not black. Only if I leave with 6 numbers and 2 of them the black chicks, them be the only ones that can pimpstress or something, like they the madam. It's like, bitch, who you fooling? You catching the cab. You some of the brokest hoes up here and you trying to game me? You know what I'm saying? That's why they stay losing, man. That's why so many of them is unmarriageable. That's why these African girls can come over here within 6 months and get a good husband. Not just, you know, some nigga that worked at Pizza Hut, but they getting the general manager. They getting the foreman of the damn factory. The supervisor, you know what I'm saying? Because they act like a damn woman. It ain't that niggas don't like black women. It's niggas don't like black bitches that act like niggas. Church.
Church. All right, guys, we're going to pick up where we left off last night. That was a damn good live. Damn good live. And again, these are conversations that need to be had. Sisters, y'all got to take some responsibilities, yo. Yes, sir. And if y'all not going to take no responsibility, then y'all need to shut up and stop being so opinionated. You know what I mean? You don't want to take no responsibility, then shut up and get out the way. You know what I mean? But we don't need to hear from you. Have a seat. That's how that works.
So when that happened, I immediately went and told him. I was scared at first. I was like, no, but I need to tell her. Mom, I said at the time, I spoke to God Daddy. I did what you said, called him. He needed help, this and that. But I said it made me uncomfortable the way he touched my back. He hugged me too long. His hands was a little too low. And I felt real uncomfortable. My mother went off on me. Mm-hmm. My mother asked me, do you like him? And she just, and it blew my mind. I'm like, are you serious?
Remember in prayer.
I'm coming to you.
Anyone else have a word from the Lord, a testimony of God's good? Come home drunk from school, laying up with men, out there prostituting, having oral sex with my mouth, licking me in balls. Remember in prayer.
About what he did.
Anyone else have a word from
and you're getting upset at me as if I wanted him to do that? It blew my mind, and it was just, it wasn't until later where my mom spoke to me and we had a conversation afterwards. She was like, she got molested when she was younger. So it wasn't until then when I was like, okay, I guess that explains why you acted the way you acted. You didn't defend me or she didn't say anything to him. She didn't talk to him. And it just made me feel like, well, dog, is you my mama or you know?
But I'm gonna tell you, and I want to first say, I am sorry that you went through that. All of the times that you went through that, you did not deserve that. No one deserves that. As a child, you're supposed to experience unconditional love.
That's a fact. But they be running around here capping. They be running around here talking about how man ain't got no daddy. Look at the shit they went through, guys. They just too fake to admit it. You know what I mean? They too fake to admit it. And it's sad because y'all running around here with that guilt and that shame. And God said, let that shit go. Repent that shit and move forward. Y'all don't even teach y'all kids the shit y'all went through. That's how the kids gonna get the knowledge. Y'all teach them that y'all some perfect being and y'all not. How y'all teaching them that y'all some perfect being and y'all don't make mistakes and, you know what I mean, mama know best, and y'all got so much shit in your cat box. Let's talk about it. Because this is the shit that soon as we get close to this type of information, y'all want to look over there. But the man, but the man. No. We gonna look over here tonight, sis. Because y'all fucked this thing up. Y'all fucked this whole thing up. Yeah, this on y'all.
Different life experiences, but never being violated at the hands of a predator. It was the responsibility of those that birthed you, the family unit that you were being raised in, to protect you. The idea is we don't have enough conversations about what a healthy family unit looks like, what is necessary for the protection of children. Even from a female space, we don't have the understanding that just telling your children, I'm gonna just keep y'all away from men or keep men around, because this is what a lot of women do once they go through similar things like what you just described. They think that that's it. But then all you do is raise young women or children that don't know what a healthy male role model looks like. So you become even more of a target while trying to not make your kids a target. Do you understand what
Exactly. And you create a man hater. You create a man hater, sis. That's what you do. We got my guy, the BZ 5000 in the class. What's going on, 5000?
What up, champ?
Man, you know me, man. I'm working. I'm out here. I'm working, man. I might not be the best, but I'ma outwork them. I'm the realest.
Yes, sir. Yeah, where King go?
King dropped off. I don't know. I know he was eating. That motherfucker King was eating like a motherfucker. So he must have went to get something to drink.
All right, man. Well, shit, man. You can't get in the middle of a nigga and some chicken.
You know that.
Hey, but you know what though, bro?
Yes, sir.
What you finna end the joint, man? You done turn the music on?
No. Go ahead. We talking.
Oh yeah. See, this right here, this is why children need a Me Too movement. How the fuck are we gonna have a Me Too movement for adults that's strong and independent and fearless and unbothered and unapologetic, but we ain't gonna have a Me Too movement for children? And see, the thing is, the reason why a lot of children don't come out and say what they need to say, because they're protecting their mothers.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? The majority of the time when shit like this happens to children, molestation, prostitution, because some of these women, we don't talk about the women that prostitute their children. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some of these bitches be allowing motherfuckers to have. Hey, man, I mean, this is a whole nother subject about the dope fiend mama. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we sitting up here focused on the bitch that we think is functional or whatever. But we can talk about the dope fiend mama and all the treachery and all the fucked up shit that goes on with that. You know, that's some unconscious shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I know every nigga that's on this live right now, you know, you can think of some shit. If you a street nigga and you've been in the streets, tell me if you ain't never heard of a bitch getting fucked by a pit bull. You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Just the fact that we all could relate and we all from different parts of the world, but we all shed light to the same common story, mean we not tripping. Whole time the women running around here acting like, oh, not all, but how is it not all when we all share a common bond? We all know.
Yeah, man. I mean, because the thing is, I mean, man, the shit happens, and a lot of this shit don't get talked about because the shit is just too motherfucking gruesome and it's just too nasty to even talk about. You know what I'm saying? But some of the nastiest shit you could ever think of happens, you know, and when you have children in that environment, it's like, man, somebody need to be held accountable. But it never does because, see, when a lot of times you hear this selfishness of a man or a man and a woman, whatever kind of addict you can think, man, woman, whatever. But when they get through their recovery, it's all about them. It's not about the shit that they left in shambles and the damage that they've done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when has a drug addict ever just came to family members and made amends with everybody and just gave them a deep apology for all the shit that they've done and all the shit that they created?
Never. You got a point. It's always us kissing their ass and they did all the damage.
Right. What can we do to help them and all this old type of shit? Did you reach out to them? Did you chase them down? Did you try to find them somewhere and all this old whatever type of shit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that really your responsibility to do that? Because if you brought them into your house when they in that fucked up state, some shit going up missing in your house. You know what I'm saying? But back to the children though. Back to the children, bro. Now, just the irresponsibility of a single mother or a nigga that don't care. You leave these children vulnerable for people out here that prey on children. You know what I mean? And the best way to get a child that you could just get vulnerable is to seek out single mothers. You know what I'm saying? When you get her, you get everything that come along with her. This bitch will get so comfortable with you that she will let you babysit. She'll keep that baby away from the real father, but let any stranger babysit. She'll let that kid spend a night, have an overnight at anybody motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying? Just because that kid might be friends with another kid in school, this bitch probably ain't even met the parents. Don't even know how this household's being ran over there, but she let her kid go over there and kick it with him just so she can occupy some time so she can go chase some dick.
And but you get a new female and want your kid over at your house and she got to meet this female though. You just made a good point. She ain't finna meet the whole family of where the kid gonna spend the night at. She don't give a fuck about that. She ain't been to school and I don't know how long to meet the teacher. But you get you another bitch and see how fast, oh, I got to meet her. I got to see who you have around my kid. This be the
All
shit
that.
I be talking about. That fake shit.
Right. And then, you know, and then we could talk about the runaways, right?
Talk about it.
I mean, you know, you got a lot of runaway children and it's usually little girls, right? You know, because at some point, little girls become competitions with their mamas. And when their mamas got boyfriends around, mama get insecure because that nigga, and it's usually a piece of shit nigga, is eyeballing the daughter. And instead of the bitch checking the nigga, she gonna make sure that daughter stay in her room or that daughter is gone away. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna start treating her child any old kind of way. And you always hear about, oh, a 15-year-old's missing, a 15-year-old ran away. She keeps running away. Case in point, in Chicago, there was a 15-year-old girl that kept running away from her mama, right? She was found strangled by a nigga in some apartments, right? And the thing is, the nigga was 24, the girl was like 14 or 15. So if the mama knew, and the mama knew she was running away to the little boy, right? And if the mama gave a fuck, she would have called the police and said her daughter was fucking with a 24-year-old, but the bitch never did. So when she came up missing, then she got on the news, did not shed a tear, but did that fake crying ass shit, you know? And when they found her dead, she still was doing the fake crying shit. And they end up arresting the dude. I'm gonna do that show. Just because I'm thinking about it right now. Wow. But this is how fucked up shit could be, right? So children don't run away from good homes. Anytime you see a runaway child, she's not running away from a good home. There's something going on in that home. So if these bitches think they loving, caring, nurturing, and all that shit, how come the product don't come out loving, nurturing, and caring? How come these bitches always produce violent motherfuckers? How are these bitches producing strippers and prostitutes?
Talk about it, man. Let him cook.
You know what I'm saying?
And this is what they're responsible for. No matter how bad they want to duck and dodge the responsibility, they open their mouth in these conversations. This is what they're responsible for.
You know, and we talk about all this other shit, right? The relationships and all this whole type of shit, man. I mean, are the majority of these people, like these celebrities we see and all that, man, are they even qualified to be parents? Look at all the drama they got going on amongst each other, man. The kid is never the focus. It's always some other shit.
5,000. I'm glad you said that. Now that's proof that if money was the end-all be-alls to producing a great child, because you know, in the black community, child support is the shit. If I put my child support hat on, boy, motherfuckers gonna be going crazy. But if money was the end-all be-alls, then the rich kids will be fabulous. So you're about to tell us
we'll see. The thing is, I mean, when you got that child support hat on, it triggers something. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that is depending upon that child support, right now, you're threatening to that. You know what I'm saying? You're threatening to that resource. Because a lot of people, when they so that's seen as a lick.
Yeah.
You know, that's a hustle. Yeah. So when you fuck somebody's hustle up, like you're pretty much a snitch. You're pretty much a narc. You're pretty much you a hater of the game. And the game is human trafficking. It's child human trafficking when you use kids to make a profit.
Say it again, bro. Hashtag that. They playing games out here with us, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing about a bitch going to court saying, I want full custody and trying to do every motherfucking tactic she can do. All the piece of shit baby mama one-on-one strategies that she can do to paint you out to be a bad dad, to paint you out to be a predator, to paint you out to be a threat to the child, right? Because you wasn't a threat to the child when you was fucking the shit out this bitch, but the minute you stopped, now you're a bad dad.
Quote a la Jeannie Ma. She doing it right now to Young Jeezy. Now she worried about guns.
Yeah. And see, the thing is about a judge or anybody that works in the family court system, you see this shit every motherfucking day. Don't act like every day is a new day, because you're seeing the same shit all day, every day. Because a judge, when you question a judge or one of these arrogant motherfuckers, they quick to tell you, "Hey, I've been doing this for 27 years. I know what I'm doing. I know what this and this." Well, if you know what you've been doing, and you aware of the situation, you done seen this shit thousands and thousands and thousands of times, and you're hearing the same fucking story thousands and thousands of times. Hey man, if a nigga just had a template to go in and to family court to fight for itself, you don't even need a motherfucking attorney. That's all you need is you can just stamp this shit. You can just stamp and fill out every fucking little question on the petition, and it's going to be the same for millions of men. Everybody going through the same shit.
Facts. Yo, Cali West, you got me over here crying right now. You a fucking fool, boy.
Anyone who has anger is unconscious.
And Tyree cries out for his mum.
Mom! Not God, but mama, a false God. That's more sadder than anything about this whole ordeal. Mama is God.
That was my baby. He was a mama's boy. That boy loved me to death.
That boy loved me to death. This is what's wrong with black men and women. It's not systemic racism. It has nothing to do with slavery. It has nothing to do with Jim Crow. It has nothing to do with this fake idea of white supremacy. It's the mama. They have weakened their sons and daughters by imposing their will on them. It is a spiritual battle. Either you are born again and live, or you stay in your state of unconsciousness and stay dead. Anytime they hear the word racism, the blacks are gonna go into a state of unconsciousness, and you can make them jump off in the ocean, running away from white supremacy, which doesn't exist.
Man. Sheesh.
Yeah, bro.
You got anything you want to add before I hit this play button, man? I know you in love, y'all motherfuckers, y'all niggas, man. Y'all done made me a lot of money this weekend.
You crazy, nigga. Hit my cash app in, nigga. Put that. Yeah, money signed to Bell 503. Hey, but yeah, man. I mean, the shit is fucked up, man. And we see all this shit. I don't give a fuck where you from, all over the country. Every black community in every fucking state, we got a single mother problem, man. And if you don't think we got a single mother problem, you need to stop complaining about the results of the single mother problem. When your shootings is sky high, when the murder rate in the black community is sky motherfucking high, don't complain about it. Ain't no need. You can't put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. That's for goddamn sure. So you can think about all kind of shit. You can blame it on the pandemic, blame it on the wind blowing, blame it on all kind of shit, blame it on Trump, blame it on Biden, blame it on whatever, right? But until you get to the root of this shit, until you get to where, you know, hey man, these kids are coming out the womb and it's a problem.
It's a fact. Listen, man.
As soon as they come out the womb, it's a problem. Because one thing about it, especially when the bitch use the system, they usually putting a black man in the system. So I don't want to hear about no racism and nothing of that shit coming out of black bitch's mouth.
Ever.
Until you, I mean, because the thing is, even the good black women, you can love your son, you can love your daughter, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do and think you done the best. When your kid walk out the house, your kid might be a victim of a bitch that raised her son to hate niggas.
I told them that 5,000. When they raised their Jesus Christ, they sending them out to the majority of Lilith raised niggas.
Yeah.
So when he come running in them sandals, don't be surprised. Because you're going to come back running in them sandals, yo, Jesus Christ. He is.
What I'm saying?
Yes.
And then a lot of the generational curses, like what I talk about, in our gender as women, and this is going to hurt some people's feelings, but there are a lot of us that, because we were violated, raped, or molested, we're almost accepting of it. If it occurs with our children, we're almost willing to look at it from a different perspective other than exactly what it is, because it happened to us. There is a thing within women when it comes to trauma that I don't want to be the only one. This is why we're the easiest to get together in trauma bond. There is comfort in the idea that, oh, he did that to you, he did that to me too. This is why even when you fast forward and we jump subjects, women will sit with other women that they don't know, and they will bond with the woman over the same man lying to both of them. Yeah, girl, let me tell you how what he was telling me about you. And ooh, let me tell you what he was telling me about you. And bitch, when he was telling me, and it will turn into almost a thing that they're attracted to.
Right. Because they try and trick the other bitch into convincing the other bitch into leaving them alone so they can have him. So they can have this whole toxic nigga. They will go dead, gossip with each other. They would dead do one of these thumbnails. Hold on. Give me a second. They would dead do one of these thumbnails, all while trying to convince the other bitch that the nigga is toxic and she should leave him alone so she can have him. Why?
Yeah.
Because she haven't done the work on herself, and she operate on the same vibrations the nigga operate on, so they match very well. What you said about?
Hey, before you hit that, before you hit the play button after what I said, I had put what you said through the Google Translate through the Hennessy version. I understand what you're saying. I agree.
I'm like, nigga, yeah. Am I slurring yet? I ain't slurring, man.
No, you good. You good.
I'm good. All right.
That is so much trauma and negativity, but it feels so comforting to the emotion around it. And we don't realize this is one of the big reasons why we sit and allow younger generations of women to make the same mistakes and do the same bullshit and allow the same fuck niggas to create the same broken homes with us as the women we're allowing the ones under us and our children to make the same mistakes because we're not willing to have these accountability conversations like what we're having now.
Exactly. We always want to be fake. We always want to be fake with each other and, oh, it'll be okay. Everything gonna be okay, girl. It's really not, sis. It's really not.
Hey, bro. Now, are we talking about something innocent? Are we talking about something loving, nurturing, caring, or even safe? Because I'm gonna tell you something. What is it about these black bitches that say they want a thug? What is it about these bitches that say they want a nigga with bodies? What is it about that, man? Don't that sound dangerous to you?
Highly, highly dangerous.
What is it about a bitch that want to walk around smelling like gunpowder and chlamydia? What is this?
Those are the dudes that allow them to be right all the time. They pick niggas.
It ain't about being right. I'm just saying, what is it in a woman that wants that kind of lifestyle of you might die today type shit? You know what I'm saying? You might catch a bullet at the light hanging with this nigga. You might, you know what I'm saying? Your baby in the back seat, your boyfriend is with the shit, and you know that niggas is after him or niggas that could kill him at any moment. Are you just oblivious to this shit? Cause like when it happens, cause when we see the news of a child getting killed or a bitch getting killed, and she's a mother of 5, she's a mother of 4, we start feeling sorry for this bitch. You know what I mean? We feel sorry for the kid because the kid didn't choose to be in that position, but the bitch chose to put that kid in the position. So what I'm saying is, what is it in the mind of these bitches that love danger so much, that want to live on the edge like that?
And see, I dropped the link, bro, because they gonna have to answer that. That's what I mean by tonight. We need answers. Cause I can't go into the mind of a bitch and think. I can't answer that. We need answers. The link is dropped. Any females that want to come on, don't worry. We don't bite. It sounds harsh because it's new information.
I mean, because we just gonna be speculating, but I want to hear from the bitch that says, "Oh yeah, I like a nigga that's with the shit. I like a street nigga. I like a nigga that just got out of jail. I like a nigga that what I'm saying, that been busting on niggas and all this whole type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the only bitch that's really gonna be able to answer the question. But the thing is, are you really gonna get a straight answer?
You're not gonna get a straight answer because ain't no bitch gonna tell you, well, I watched Mad TV and the TV told me that's who I should pick. Cause that's what it come down to, is the programming. Government saying Zaddy programmed all these dumb bitches to liking Pookie because Pookie finna fuck a bag up. And these bitches
And
look at it as, since he gonna fuck the bag up anyway, might as well shake some coochie in front of him and let him fuck the bag
so
up
then,
on me.
my question is to the men: what attracts you to a bitch like this that doesn't give a fuck if you live or die?
They was raised by a black bitch the same way with them same traits. Bingo. 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 And this why the smart black bitches that get with the white brothers, they be gun ho. Cause these bitches be submissive to the white bread because the white bread ain't got a black mama. That's a fact. And if I'm lying, I'm flying, bro. And I'm chilling. I'm finna go lay down after this. Look,
Yeah,
look,
man.
Bell said, I don't even know what to say after that. Bell
No,
said,
no, man. I'm just sitting up here thinking, man. I mean,
shit weird, shit crazy.
what could a nigga possibly be thinking to even fuck with a bitch like this? What would be attractive to a bitch that wouldn't give a fuck if you lived or died?
Facts.
And encourage you to go die. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Because the thing is, when you present yourself like you are the shit and you are a dangerous nigga or whatever, they're going to use you. They're going to test you because they're going to start some shit with somebody, or they go, because they constantly involved in drama and bullshit. So they're going to put that gangster or whatever the fuck you presenting to the test.
Bro, they'll have you fight their brother.
Anybody. It
Yo,
doesn't
bro.
matter. Because the majority of these bitches can't get along with other people. So she's always going to have some drama. She's always going to have some bullshit. And you're going to be used as that pit bull. But like when you get put down, that bitch going to go to the pound and get another motherfucking pit bull. Might be another one already in the wings that you done had this bitch around that she's comfortable with, that you done had at barbecues and shit. Could be one of your relatives, most definitely one of your homeboys, because that's who she's familiar with. And and birds of a feather flock together. So she ain't gonna go far. And most black bitches don't go out of their zip code to find dick anyway. So she ain't gonna go far to find that next nigga. Believe that.
Man, what this dude just said, what 5,000 MVP just said is biblical, guys. Let's take it to 1 John 3:8. Whoever makes a practice of sinning, starting trouble, being a prick, doing dumb shit, is of the devil. For the devil has been sinning from the beginning. Remember, guys, we just went over the first woman. From the beginning. Don't play with me, bro. We removed gray area over here, bro. Who want to play Stump the Teacher, bro? I know this thing. So these women been sinning from the beginning, and some of you niggas too. Some of you niggas too. But from the beginning, it been some fuck shit. The reason the Son of God, which is us, that's us right there. The reason the Son of God, that's us, guys, up here, was to destroy the works of the devil. All right, guys, go on, 5,000, man. Man, listen, man. You, man, I fucks with you heavy, 5.
Absolutely, man. Likewise, man. Shit. Hey, man, let's just say what's up to everybody, man, in the chat, man. And I'm going to tell you something. Hey, man, I don't know if you believe in Christmas, but, hey, man, I want to wish everybody a happy holiday. Hey man, y'all be safe on this weekend because you know what I'm saying. The police is out here trying to get their quota. Don't be drinking and driving and doing stupid shit and putting your life at risk or your family's life at risk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta treat yourself valuable, man. You know what I'm saying? If ain't nobody else gonna treat you valuable, you gotta treat yourself valuable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say what's up to XL Pro. You know what I'm saying? King Grove. CeeLo Myers, Turnbuckle King. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Kunk or skunk with the money sign? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
All right, go ahead. We're gonna run it. I'm a
Sigma, D Brown.
I'm trying to catch up to you, man.
JT. I started from the top, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'm going to the top. All right, King Grove. CeeLo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got that West Coast accent, man. They tired of hearing me, nigga.
Zone up here, man. You know what I'm saying? The chosen one. Absolutely. Cali West. J Moore Bay.
All right. I got it.
Seven Sign Goons, man. When you sneak up in here, Mike.
7 signs to God.
Shadrach.
Shadrach. Hold on, one
BT.
time. Just cause Shadrach came in, bro. Just cause Shadrach. Hold on. One time, just for Shadrach, yo. Damn, son. See, they done fucked up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Righteous fear undefeated.
Absolutely, man. Y'all take care of yourself, man. Hey. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. For real.
For real, you the prize, man. You the prize.
Absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to raise the standard, man, on how everybody act around you, treat you, think about you, all that shit, man. You raise the standard.
It's important that as you grow up, you grow the fuck up. And when I say that, you know, I go back to, and y'all, some of y'all have heard me say this before, there is a time in all of our lives, whether we want to admit it or not, some of us are more blunt about it than others, but there comes a time in our lives when we know our parents, to a certain extent, didn't know what the fuck they was doing.
Exactly.
The mama that the black community teaches you to not speak ill of and, you know, always respect, and all she did some disrespectful shit.
Exactly.
There are a lot of fucked up ways that a lot of us have that we got from our mother. There are a lot of fucked up ways and a lot of viewpoints and beliefs that are not right that we got from our fathers.
Exactly.
Y'all see where I'm going with this? When you grow up, you got to grow the fuck up and be willing to be honest. Even though you're my mother or even though you're my father and I love you, that's in a different category than me growing the fuck up and being honest about the bullshit you put us in. The environment you put us in. No, I'm not going to accept that this is the best you could do. No.
Exactly. Remember, I told you guys, and we know this over here. I drive this home. I don't give a fuck if you say I'm repetitive, because they told you the dumb shit a lot. A lot. You know what I mean? Poverty is 50% circumstance. You ain't got nothing to do with that. You didn't ask to be put here. So that's when they plant the seed. And the other 50% is accepting those circumstances, all right? That's the part where you control. You ain't got to accept a goddamn thing, because just like your moms and dad planted your seed, I'm going to say your moms and dad, but we know that your moms, she holds access to sex, and she ultimately held the ultimate and final decision to have you here. So your mom's decision, right? So she planted you here, but it's your job to get up out of there. You got to uproot your seed and plant that shit in some new soil. And it's gonna start with checking your family members, because the environment you keep around you play a huge part in you being able to reinvent yourself. Because it's going to come down to you being able to reinvent yourself, guys. Everybody that went on to go get the ring and to go get their championship. Remember, we got our own championships. But everybody who went on to win and get their championship reinvented themselves. Ain't nobody win with the information that was given. The people that won, they won with information that they dug in the motherfucking mud and got for themselves, guys. I tell you no lie. I can testify to that. Remember, when you come here to the righteous fair, you're not hearing somebody that sit there on their ass and fuck with YouTube and know the algorithms, know the it's hit or miss to me with this YouTube shit. But what's not hit or miss with me is having the results and having everything God said you need to have. Miss Goodbread, let me go get Miss Goodbread because she thinks she's slick. She owe me 15 minutes. 5,000. Hold this thing down because I got to go get my truth with proof. She owe me 15 minutes. Word up. Because there's a lot of niggas get on these panels and shit and they got no results. Like, who the fuck qualified these niggas to be talking about what they talk about, and then they have the swag and the nerve to be shady? Like, y'all niggas is crazy, bro.
I'm not going to accept that you were just being a mother.
Oh shit, I was on mute. God
no,
damn it.
I'm not going to accept that you ain't have sense enough to know that this shit didn't make sense. There are some of us in our community that we need to grow the fuck up and stop just pushing this belief that because this was grandma or big mama or auntie them that raised you, she ain't do nothing wrong. This is why a lot of my content is triggering, because I'm willing to challenge that in my own family and anybody else's. If some shit was done right, it wouldn't be showing up in us the way that it's showing up in these areas that I talk about. We are, as I fast forward to, the content that we're in this Zoom for, we are in a space where women around the world, women around the country, Black women.
Hold on, man. Wait a minute.
Low income in urban areas, in ghetto areas, in hood areas, regardless of, your character, we all have a common agreement that there is a lot of bullshit going on with Black men, right? But what we don't want to discuss or be real about is that a good majority of these men, and I'm going to explain something about statistics that women don't get, but a good majority of these men that we have an issue with in regards to them acting like bitches, them not stepping up and being disciplined, them not being responsible, them leaving the households and leaving children.
Yeah. I'm back.
I was on mute, man. I was trying to ask you a question, man. I'm like, hey, man, I only listen to Love Dorsey when you play her, right?
Yeah.
Do you got a remote, AI remote on her or something, man? Every time I say something and then you play her and then she say what I done said.
I said that. Yo, bro. I said that, yo. Yo, bro.
Man, this shit crazy as a motherfucker, right?
It's because the game is, bro. It's because the game is the game. It's a mathematical equation. We not like these other niggas. We don't just do reactions. We go deep into the psychology. It just
see now. Yeah. See now I gotta come with some more shit, right?
Now it just goes to show you, Five, that we not up here playing like
right.
We not up here.
So
just...
now let me hit you with a little something. I bet she ain't gonna come up with this. Now, as far as
hold up, Five. We got Gail, the lovely Gail, man. Oh man, we got to give Gail the roses as always. The lovely Gail that came to the righteous fair. Salute to Gail. Oh man, y'all.
Yeah, Gail just all over the place. I don't know. Gail, I think Gail got about 10 monitors on the desk, and she's all over the place.
Hold on, where's our there we go. Salute to the lovely Gail, the virtuous Gail. She's always looking out, always supporting everybody, especially the men in the space. Salute to you, Miss Gail. I'm mortified right now. I appreciate you. Word, yo. Let me listen, guys. Y'all could dox me all you want. I told you how I act to virtuous women. To the Proverbs 31 woman, man, listen, I simp and I do all the things. I protect the Proverbs 31. Sorry, y'all. Y'all just gonna have to leave me alone for a minute. Unsubscribe. Miss
Yes,
Goodbread, where the
indeed.
fuck you at, you? Miss Goodbread thinks she's slick. Baby, where you at? Yo, stop playing. But yeah, yo, Five, yo, it's crazy how you and Love just, man, it's a mathematical equation. I just go to show you, like, and Love charging niggas. Love charging. If you don't catch Love on Instagram, you ain't getting this content, bro. Salute to Mr. Approach for always clipping everything. Mr. Approach got her on speed dial. Like, anytime she go live on Instagram, he on her. You know what I mean? But, you know what I
But
mean?
hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man. That single mothers need to realize, right? And fathers that ain't in tune with their children and ain't, that done step back and put their distance between their children and the baby mama. And this is some real shit. The predators at your school, at the school, they know this children is unprotected. You know what I mean? The game, the streets, as far as prostitution, the game thanks the single mother that ain't a good mother that pushes their kid out on the streets. Because I'm gonna tell you something, you can blame all the predators if you want to, right? But if you did your best and you did the right thing and you taught your children right? There should be no way a stranger should come approach your child and dismantle everything you done taught. You know what I mean? Every situation that your child is facing out here should already, the game plan and practice and all that shit should already been done at home. There shouldn't be nothing that that could be faced out there that you haven't already went over. You know what I'm saying? Because even though the times have changed, as far as being a parent and just being out here and being in tune with what's going on, how the fuck could you not relay that information to your child? The one you're supposed to protect and the one that you're supposed to teach. You know what I'm saying? How could you just withhold that information and let them go out and figure it on their own, or let them take a chance on, oh shit, I hope my kid ain't the target today.
It's about confession. 1 Timothy 6:12. Fight the good fight of the faith. Take hold of eternal life, to which you called and about which you made the good confession in the presence of many witnesses. Ladies, why y'all sitting here holding this guilt? To teach your kid all that. It happened. Teach your kid that. It happened for you to teach your kid that. God once summons a man to marry a prostitute just so he can teach the young generation the trials and tribulations of dealing with a prostitute. Y'all know that? Come on, man.
They were raised by just a woman. We don't like to talk about that because it feels too uncomfortable to be labeled, right? But I will say this, and I'll use something simple for all of us to get on the same page. When we talk about statistics, whatever the majority of the group is doing, you can statistically and accurately label the group that. It does not mean that everybody in the group is exactly that. And this is, again,
All right. This is why I'm not playing the not all game with y'all. I'm not playing the not all game with y'all.
Where women, especially when we have the single mother-headed household talk, right, about it producing the worst product, people always like to speak up about the smaller percentage. But I'll use government, so to speak. The idea is there are a lot of people that did not vote for Joe Biden to be president. But if you are in the United States of America, your president is Joe Biden. You could walk around and say, that's not my president. But based on the statistics, the polls, the numbers, right? When we all voted, right? The idea was the majority picked this nigga. So if you're a part of this group in this country, that's your motherfucking president. So if we do a statistical poll or we take some stats and the majority of our people are fucking a part of this higher percentage, that's what the fucking group is going to be labeled, even though some of you are not that. So if you take 100% of women that are single mothers and you look at the statistics and it shows a good 75 to 80%, north of 70% is where I will bottom line it at, are lying about what type of baby daddy they have, right? That means that the group is lying. Even though there's a 25 to 30% that are not a part of what I'm talking about, right? The group is labeled as y'all some fucking liars. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yes. Yes.
You don't have to like it, but it's the numbers.
5,000, man. Speak on that right there, because it's true, right? It's truth. That's
Absolutely.
truth right there. That's absolutely true. And you say that all the time. You say people don't like labels. They don't like their label. They don't respect their label.
No, but they want you to accept yours. You know what I mean? The label they put on you, they want you to accept yours, but they never accept them. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I was referring to a particular thing, but it goes with a lot of things. But if I talk about how I was using it, we get on a different subject.
I know what you mean. Like tricks, they don't like to be called tricks. Bitches,
No,
they don't like to be called bitches. Hoes don't like to be called hoes.
right.
Beta males don't like to be called beta males, so they call themselves modern men.
And we got tricks that call niggas simps, but they're the same thing. You know what I mean? They the same thing, just with a different name. A simp is a trick, and a trick is a simp.
Goddamn.
The same way people don't like who the president is. But bitch, if you look at the numbers, it is what the fuck it is. You don't like it? Do something about it. Do y'all see what I'm saying? It's the same when you hear me talk about stats. It's never a all. It's always, I go with what the higher percentage is. But a lot of us, we go with what we feel. I don't feel like what she's saying is correct. I don't feel. So I'm going to add in my small little piece of data that I collected from surfing Instagram or Facebook. I've read no studies. I've looked into no real statistics. I'm not, looking into what social scientists are studying. I don't care to, research myself. I'm just going to go with what the other people are saying to make me feel good. I don't want to hear the truth. But the truth is, this shit is not good for our culture. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yes. Yes.
So now when you get into, I'm trying to figure out this concept of what a good man is, how to attract one, how to coexist and maintain a space with a good man. We got to start with the foundation, right? So a man's upbringing plays a huge role in his character and his core beliefs. Y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yes.
A man's upbringing and his programming as he was raised into an individual, right? It plays a big part of his character, the type of choices he's going to make, the discipline level he's going to have, the understanding for what responsibility and standing on business as a man means, right? Also, when we talk about relationships, what the old folks don't tell you is that in 2023, right? Because they're not, dating in 2023. And when I say old folk, I'm talking about the ones that we referenced earlier that raised us. What they don't tell
you, the shot callers of the family, the shot callers, the street fighters of the family, the ones that did all this bullshit. They got all this street credibility. They ain't got no goddamn credit, but they got street credibility. The ones that.
What about the number one shot caller, the one that's everybody gathers at her house?
Exactly.
What about grandma? What about grandma?
Let
She the
him
biggest
preach.
shot caller.
Let him cook that.
Ain't she the biggest shot caller? And another thing, man, for the people that's watching and for the people that's about to watch, because this is gonna get views.
Yeah.
And remember the Bill 503 said this, right? Because this is what I already have formulated in my mind when I have a conversation or when I say something, and then you approach with those people that say, well, not all. Well, anybody that's trying to defend what you are, what you already know exists, right? You exist in it because you're talking about it, right? So what they're trying to do is discredit what you're saying and the information that you conveying because they're trying to diminish that shit and they're trying to make it seem like this shit doesn't exist, right? So when people do that type of shit, and when you have to say not all, that's probably the motherfucker you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you talk about a particular bitch, when you talk about whatever, anybody that comes to the defense of what you're conveying, that you done triggered something, and that's the bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's the particular bitch you're talking about. That bitch that's using child support, that bitch that's using her child as human trafficking, that bitch that's teaching a kid how to hate, that bitch that's teaching a kid how to be prejudiced, that kid is all that shit. You just triggered something when a motherfucker questions all, or when they got to divert and say white women do it too, other races do it too. Well, we ain't talking about other races. We talking about niggas right now. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So if you want to have a conversation about white people, let's talk about white people. But don't take it to different countries and different whatever when we talk about the United States and what's going on right here where we live.
Because Jesus should have known better. Jesus should have known better. That's what they talking about right now, Bob. Like if they ain't know better, like if they ain't no different.
Yeah, man.
Man, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if you new over here and hit that like button. You know what I mean? Word.
But that shit, man, that shit be pissing me off, man. I mean, it's irritating as fuck. And I think people that say that and do that, all that, not all shit and all that, whatever. I think they know that it's irritating as fuck, and it makes them look stupid when they do it. And they really just trying to throw you off for what you're talking about or what you're trying to say. It's a diversion. Yeah, it's a diversion strategy. So, don't even let motherfuckers get away with that shit, because when they do, just say, oh, so you the motherfucker I'm talking about.
Hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler.
You is that emotional availability is right up there with a man paying bills, not beating on you, being there for the children. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yes.
Anybody not understand this part?
I understand.
It may not have been a thing, and I want y'all to really embrace this. It may not have been a thing at all for your great-great-great-grandmother. In 2023, it is a thing of importance for a man to be emotionally available to his family unit or the woman he is trying to coexist with. This is one of those things that times have changed. There is so much programming of undisciplined behavior. There is so much lack of ethics in regards to sexual discipline. There is so much access in pornography and open.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, I see it laughing. What's going on, Miss Goodbread? How you feeling?
Hey guys.
How's everybody?
The breads.
He's laughing at
The breads.
Why you always laughing?
No, I just wanted to stop by and say hi to everyone. Wish everyone happy holidays. And thank you for the support. We are monetized, baby.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, I want to see that bottle on the camera. What it look like? What it look like?
Yeah, don't worry about this bottle. The bottle good, son. Don't worry about it. This fucking nigga the bell, yo.
You got a 3-day weekend, man. You got a 3-day weekend. It might be about three of them bottles around there.
Nah, we got another one, but this one good. We all right.
Oh shit. Okay.
Of women with our sexy side, our sexuality, our bodies, our asses, our breasts, our.
All right, now we're going into the Lilith, guys. Now we're going to tie in the Lilith video that we just played, and we know how Lilith was all sexual. All sexual.
Pussies. If you don't have some other way to connect with your guy, it may not have been a thing. And I want y'all to really embrace this. It may not have been a thing at all for your great-great-great-grandmother. In 2023, it is a thing of importance for a man to be emotionally available to his family unit or the woman he is trying to coexist with. This is one of those things that times have changed. There is so much programming of undisciplined behavior. There is so much lack of ethics in regards to sexual discipline. There is so much access in pornography and openness of women with our sexy side, our sexuality, our bodies, our asses, our breasts, our pussies. If you don't have some other way to connect with your guy outside of the lust in regards to sex, it ain't gonna fucking make it in 2023.
Absolutely. And this is why I tell you guys, if you're not gonna have her work for it, if y'all not, you know what I mean, if she not working for nothing, if she not motivated to do something, then it's not gonna work. It's not gonna make it, bro. It's not gonna make it, bro. If you not quarterbacking the relationship and you not throwing her the ball, and you not giving her handoffs, and that don't mean money. That mean instruction. That mean order. That mean discipline. That mean knowledge, bro. Because she don't know nothing, bro. She don't know nothing. So if you're not stimulating her mind, guys, what you think gonna happen, bro? She gonna do some whole shit, bro. She gonna do some whole shit, bro.
Hey.
Back when your great-great-great-great-grandma.
Yep.
I mean, you know, since love want to get into this shit, right?
We going deep. You know, we advance over here, Five. We advance.
Since you want to do this shit, she really, really want to do this shit. I got something for my niggas, right? And everybody can relate to this shit. Have you ever sold a car? Have you ever sold a car, Goodbread?
I did.
Before you sold that car, how did you feel about that car? Like when you knew in your mind that I'm about to sell this car.
I didn't.
How did you feel? You
motherfucking
right? So like let's say you breeding dogs, right? And your dog, you know, has a litter of puppies, and then you put them up for sale, right? Guess what you don't do?
You don't
You
put your
don't
best.
you don't get attached to those puppies that you're selling, right?
Right. Right.
Now we done had examples of that. Well, I didn't get you the car, the puppies, and all that, right? So now, when you got a bitch that sells pussy, how much does she give a fuck about her pussy?
She don't give a fuck about that pussy.
So why do men give more fucks about a bitch's pussy than she does?
Oh my God. Hold on. One time.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
And I'm gonna get around to relationships, but as far as when women use these thirst trap pictures, right?
Right.
When they showing their chest, when they showing their ass, when they showing their figure, right? You're trying to attract a certain attention, and it's a sexual attention, right? And that right there is going to get somebody interested in you, but in a sexual way.
Right.
So now, if you're not equipped to deal with that type of attention that you're attracting, you're going to get overwhelmed. And the thing is about most men, and they you know, and most men have problems communicating and dealing with the modern woman nowadays, right? Because the thing is, she's overwhelmed, right? Most of these women wouldn't know what to do with 100 men in their DMs. You can only fuck one nigga at a time. So when you approach a woman, right, and she says, you know, first of all, she gives you action. She flirts with you. She gives you your number or whatever. You might fuck her because she want to fuck that day or whatever, and because she's horny. But then you find out she has a man. Then you find out she has several men. Then you find out, you know, she's just overwhelmed. And a lot of times these bitches don't want to give all that up to commit to one nigga, because she feels like she's missing so many opportunities out here to you know, and she think something gonna come through and sweep her off her feet, like she gonna be an NBA wife or something, like she's gonna be something, right? Because you got to think about, in the mind of of these type of bitches, it's influenced by the shit that they see on the internet and they see on TV. They want to be in this position because these type of whores make it seem like this lifestyle is so Gucci, right? But then you see these rich bitches like a Cardi B or any of these other bitches that got money are living miserable. They're on the internet like the internet is their best friend. You mean to tell me you ain't got a home girl to confide in? You ain't got a sister to confide in? You ain't got that mama that raised you to confide in? You got to get on the internet and put your whole motherfucking business out there. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Jenny Ma was like, well, I found out when the rest of the world find out. How the fuck did the whole world find out before you knew your husband was cheating on you, or before you knew that you was cheating on your husband, or before you knew that this nigga signed divorce papers on you? You the first one to know, bitch. You the one that got served the motherfucking papers. How would the world know? When this nigga ain't getting on the internet like that, you are talking about your relationship. But back to what I was saying, as far as the woman and her value and her whatever, because you always hear, I found my worth. You found your worth after you did some worthless shit. I mean, what? And see, when people try to reinvent themselves after a week of fuckery or a long toxic relationship and shit like that, now you feel like you found your worth after 100,000 miles and now you're an expert. No, you're still a dumb motherfucker and you're still prone to do stupid shit. But now it's time to listen because you wasn't listening before, because you always hear bitches talk about they've been in fucked up relationships and now they avoiding relationships and now I'm just going to do me. Well, wasn't you doing you before?
Right.
What the fuck is doing me mean?
And that mean, hold on, 5. That mean that they need to paint somebody out as doing something to them before they can make moves and be great for themselves. This is why it
Because it's
ain't
like,
till after the breakup
well,
that the bitches get right.
it's what they saying is somebody else had control over them. It wasn't them. They weren't making decisions for themselves. That, you know what I'm saying? Because it was somebody else, because you loved somebody or you was whatever, right? But if you love somebody and you was all that, right? And this nigga had you for 4 or 5 years or whatever, right? So now, and then when a nigga interviews you and asks you about your sexual resume, you gonna tell him that the motherfucker that got the most time out of your life was a piece of shit nigga. You see what I'm saying?
You and what that makes
So that's
you.
so this I'm saying this is the thing when dudes try to qualify themselves for certain bitches, right? And you might see this broad, you know, she look good on the outside and she talk a good game and all that, whatever, right? But then you got to pay attention, you got to listen, because something's going to come out from the past, right? So if you ever look at these bitches' sexual resume, you would now you're coming down. Now she coming down to size.
Man, this boy talking biblical tonight. He's talking biblical
You know what I'm
tonight.
saying?
Proverbs 30:20.
Now there's no way in the world you can think of this bitch as too good for you, because this bitch done fucked beneath you. And especially if you know you a good nigga and you know you a hardworking man, you know you got a good heart. Why would you subject yourself to a bitch that thinks she better than you when you already know the capabilities of this bitch will go beneath you?
You see it. The scripture is on the board right there, guys. Proverbs 30:20. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eat and wipe her mouth and say, I have done no wrong. You can't make this shit up, bro. 5,000 speaking biblical tonight. He cooking tonight, man.
Put those beliefs down through the generations of women in your family about what type of man to look for, and he go to 3 basic things: long as he don't beat you, long as he come home and pay the bills, long as he helping you do for the kid. It's not the same in 2023. Do y'all understand what I'm saying about this?
Yes. Yes. Yes, and it makes a lot of sense with how over-sexualized women are and the perception of us in social media and just like watching television, you know, things like that. So that makes a lot of sense.
This is why when we go to this next point, when you're raising young boys, men need to be around. Women do not view the world out of the lenses of a man. You don't have a dick. That motherfucker don't get hard on its own off of you just seeing certain stuff, smelling certain stuff, hearing certain stuff, listening to certain stuff. Your sexual arousal, your biology, the scientific makeup of a woman, the sexual drive of a woman is naturally different than a man. And the idea is when you look at 2023 and where we are, again, with the way that women are able to be open with their sexual side, their bodies, the lust is everywhere. Everywhere. You can try to create an account on social media and purposely try not go on social media and just only follow religious pages. Just go make you a profile, only follow church pages. Eventually in your For You page, some ass gonna come up. It's a fact. Do y'all see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
There was a time in history for men that if you didn't turn the TV to one of those channels, or if you didn't order the dirty magazines, if you didn't order the dirty VHS tapes, if you didn't go seeking the porn, it wouldn't show up. That's not the case in this day and age. You don't have to look for ass and you're going to see it. You don't have to look for titties and you're going to see it. You don't have to look for booty holes and sex tape.
And that's a fact. So if you running off an old ideology from old people that gave you how shit was when they was dating, you's a dummy. And that's how I know you don't know. You better not jump your ass on this link.
And you're going to see them and hear about them. There was a time in history where if you didn't turn on the news, you probably wouldn't hear about certain sexual stuff or crimes or certain things. That's not the case in this day and age. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining?
Yes.
So because of that, I will stress again, when we talk about a good man in this day and age, there must be some emotional availability, because the sex or the lust of the idea of a man with a woman or two sex is not going to cut it. Anybody got any questions on that?
I feel like what you're saying makes a lot of sense, especially like now in our generation, people get with each other based off of looks, or oh, she has like 20,000 followers on IG and she pretty, she bad, I'm gonna wife her, or he a scammer, he got money, he paid the bills, I'm gonna get pregnant, I'm gonna have a baby, and then they end up together for like a good 6 months to a year, and then all of a sudden you're arguing constantly and you're wondering why it's not working. It's not that they're bad people, you just don't know each other. Because like had you would have gotten to know that person or that girl or that guy, you would have known this person is fucking slow, they lack basic communication, but you didn't know that because you didn't take the time to figure them out.
But I'm gonna tell you, and I love what you're saying, if you understand what I'm explaining alongside what she's saying, this is why boys need men, because the lust and the world pressing against our discipline from a sexual standpoint has changed for women, but it has immensely changed for men. And when you look at...
That's true what Love is saying, but I don't want you guys to sleep on the fact that they love sex more than us, guys. They love sex and especially raw dick more than us, bro. Remember that.
Hey, remember when she was saying something about getting the information from older folks?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, it don't matter. I mean, like older folks and they dating back then, totally different worlds than what's going on right now. I mean, everybody always had the spirit of the prostitute in them, but now you got a spirit of a whore in this generation. So the men and women of yesteryear couldn't have prepared you for what's going on right now because they couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you can't foresee the future. Just like 3 generations ago, they couldn't have prepared you for the crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
You're right.
There was no way to prepare you for the crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? Even during the COVID era, you didn't know how to act. You didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You listen to the news, getting instructions every day to see, oh, can I wear the mask? Do I got to stay distant? Do I got to do this or whatever? Right? We've never seen this type of shit before in our lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now we dealing with new shit. We dealing with a new creature of human being. This shit is crazy, man. And the only way you can navigate your way through this, you got to stay in tune with what's going on. So you know how to react, because you can't treat everybody the same, because everybody's not the same. You got to treat motherfuckers accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Because if you treat everybody the same, you're going to end up being a victim.
Facts. Facts. There is no you in other people. There is no you in other people.
So like, hey man, like when hey man, this whore culture, man, it's a motherfucker, man, and it's not, it leaves you to where you're scared to leave yourself vulnerable. You know what I mean? And that goes for a female looking for a guy looking for a female, and your intentions of wanting, whether it's just a relationship or whether it's for life, a husband, a wife, whatever, right? It's so fucked up because the waters are so treacherous. You don't know, and especially if you are a celebrity or you got money or whatever, right? You don't know if this motherfucker wants you for you, or want you for what you got, or want you for what you can provide, that lifestyle, whatever, right? So it's like, damn, and consciously you know it, because if you just like was struggling as a high school player, struggling as a college player, and you wouldn't get that much action, but the minute your net worth is posted on the internet, and now everybody coming at you from different angles, you should already know what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should already know why they're there. It's because of you got what you got and you where you are. You know what I'm saying? So that would make you even think twice before you even fuck with people. You would be apprehensive to even trust motherfuckers. But you got these dudes, man, that they make themselves vulnerable, and the thing is, they're taking advantage of what they got, you know what I'm saying, to get the fantasy girl and get to whatever the case may be, man. But you playing a dangerous game when you're doing this shit with no game.
Right.
And the game is common sense. You know what I'm saying? You're a target. And you might make a mistake one day, but that bitch got 1,000 mistakes to make getting at you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
She can make 1,000 mistakes and never get no consequences. Nigga, you make one mistake, you fucked.
Done, son.
Sexual discipline, historically, in women versus men, they've always been behind us on being sexually. This has always been a thing based on their biology. You guys see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now when you fast forward, if you're raising a young son, or you are dating a man, there is something to be said about a boy or a man that has or had male role models in his upbringing to help him get a clear understanding of how to navigate this world from the lens that he sees it through, which is a male lens, not a woman. Anybody got any questions on this? So now when we date, right, as women, and we're trying to find a good man, we're dating, we see very clearly that there is a lot of female tendencies in men nowadays when we're dating. If you are a feminine being and you are trying to date a masculine being, especially in our culture, you can see it clear as day. Is there anybody that disagrees on them seeing it clear as day? It may not be with your man, but as you interact with men, you can clearly see there is something off. with the idea of these men remaining in what we understand to be a male space.
Our young men and older men are so feminine. I see it on the emotional side, and I'm gonna include my 19-year-old son in that, being that worst product of being raised in a single home. However, through the tools, I'm learning how to talk with him and adjust and keep him around men so that they don't.
Those are the type of sisters that I respect. Salute to all my sisters with sense that don't play about Mr. Goodbread. I love these ones. Now, she even included her own son. Let's talk about it.
Y'all boy hypersexualized, how you even mentioned it, but the way he, because of the lack of how I taught him or the lack of being around his father, and I can admit today how I made it easy, and I'll say it that way, to not communicate with me, being on some fuck shit, yelling. Now I communicate with him, but our son is 19. So now he'll have a whole tantrum, have a whole bitch move, emotionally around here moping because you ain't got no bread or no this and that. And I'm able to now call it out. Son, you ain't mad. One, you're sexually frustrated. Two, you're mad at yourself because things ain't moving fast. Your confidence is low. However, I see the emotional immaturity due to the lack of not having a man around. Even with the man I'm talking to, you want to argue more than me. Never mind.
Thank you.
That's a damn flag for me.
Thank you for being so honest, because, and this is the thing, Ophelia, as women, we don't have a problem saying these niggas sassy. These niggas want to argue more than bitches. These niggas want to act like they want to be a bitch. These niggas quoting female rap songs and riding around acting sassy. And the conversation we're having right now has nothing to do with gay or straight. I'm talking about just men in general having the ways of a woman in a setting where you are the man and we are the women, right? We agree so easily that this is going on. The problem comes when I start bringing up the root, similar to what Ophelia was willing to be real about. This is when the room gets split between the real women and the bitches that lie. They're getting it from coming off of a few decades of being raised and pushed with this agenda of this independent woman shit. I don't need a man. It could just be me and my children, the welfare system, or me working 2 and 3 jobs got us. And you replace the father figure with that.
Okay,
and you
Bread.
overlook the statistics.
Bread.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The woman that just got done talking, right? What do you think about what she just said?
You already know that's the natural progression for women to think. That's how they've been bred and conditioned to think. And it's sad because it's false.
No, I'm just saying, do you give her kudos for being honest? Because she just gave her kudos for being honest and having that conversation, right?
Right. No, that one I just said about her son and not being able to raise her son, and that I definitely want to give her kudos for being honest, but that doesn't give that still don't say just because you're honest and you can speak on it that fixes the fact that you probably raised a murderer.
Okay, now check this out. Now, with her saying all that and her recognizing all that, why didn't Love Dorsey say, "Where's the father"?
That's true.
If you can get on this motherfucking internet and talk to a stranger, talk to Love Dorsey, and have your conversation all out on the internet, where's that conversation with the father of your child? And your child is 19.
Right.
If you a good woman and you having good conversation and you want to, all that old type of shit, and you're saying that, whatever you saying, why ain't you saying that to the father? Was you on here just to bullshit and get some attention, or was you really about what you was talking about? Because you would have handled that with the daddy. before you even had a 19-year-old issue.
Good point.
So when did you wake up? Yesterday? When did you snap out of that bullshit? Yesterday? You know what I'm saying? Because when did you start identifying this female behavior that you instilled in your child?
Yesterday.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Our motherfuckers be doing all kind of fuck shit and then reinvent themselves one day, and then you know what I'm saying, now you a new nigga and now you just an expert at everything.
Yesterday.
Because these niggas try to sound, they say shit to sound good.
Maya Angelou.
But if you was really doing the shit, you would have done had this conversation with the baby daddy. She never mentioned the baby daddy.
God damn. You can't get nothing past us, man. Righteous fear forever.
That has been collected over the years of what fatherlessness does to the household. Don't matter your reasoning as to why the father's not there. The effect of fatherlessness is the same, whether your baby daddy died or your ass put him out. Or you had a one-night stand and you never told the person or didn't even know who it was. The effects are still the same, right? So the idea is when we get into us dating, we don't like the effects in the men, but we don't want to talk about the root, right? We don't want to talk about where it's coming from. Now, the idea is when you look at the concept of a good man in 2023, when you take a lot of these dudes that they went their whole upbringing seeing their mother, a woman, handle and run everything, it does teach them certain things about multitasking, because women, we are savages at multitasking, especially independent women. It teaches them certain things about that. It teaches them certain things about the strength of a woman.
Hold on, love. We don't always disagree. But I'm gonna have to stop you on this. Because just because you open a bunch of windows on your browser don't mean you are an excellent multitasker. Because you have a bunch of windows open don't mean you're getting shit done. That's what they're excellent at. They're excellent at looking busy without actually being busy. And if they are busy, what are you accomplishing after the busyness? You see what I mean? Many people trap themselves into looking busy to substitute the fact that they're going nowhere in life. So it's just what they call that. It's a coping mechanism. So, love, I got to disagree with you on that. You know what I mean? When it comes to multitasking. Because, yes, women are the leaders at opening up a bunch of tabs and getting nothing done. Because the winners at life know that it ain't about multitasking. It's about completing tasks. It ain't about as many tasks you open up. You got to complete them motherfuckers. The completions give you the win, not the opening.
But the programming that it does is it has this man believing that it is perfectly okay for a woman to do these things, because that's my mama. God forbid, as a black man, I ever say anything was wrong with my mama. So I'm not going to pick apart the things that she did, because that's my mama.
And that's a fact, love. You went right back to the facts, because it's sad how so many niggas running around here on that Meet the Meat video talking about the man is responsible. Bro, hold on, can we watch this Meet the Meat video real quick? And the bell, honestly, bro, am I wrong when I say the woman is fully responsible for single motherhood in this clip that we're about to play? Let me know, bro, because I'm not I'm not above correction myself, but I'm not a dummy, yo. I know the facts, and I know what I saw in this clip. So can we watch this clip, and can you tell me?
Hey. First of all, do we got a choice? Do do your thing, man.
It's just sad though. I put a post up on the YouTube community earlier about how roaches are scared of rats. Rats are scared of cats. Cats are scared of dogs. Dogs are scared of men. Men are scared of women. And then women are scared of that very same roach that started the whole thing. It's sad, yo. It's sickening to me in the black community, bro. How whipped these brothers are, bro. But listen, bro. Can we watch this shit real quick? And you let me know if I'm bugging, bro. Let
Do
me
you
know if I'm.
do your thing?
You hitting from the back, beating my shit in. I asked you why it feel like that. You said feel like what? I tell you meat to meat. You said you took the rubber off. So I'm throwing it back even harder. You tell me you got the nut, so I'm throwing it back even harder. You got the one hand on neck, one thumb in ass, hitting my shit, beating it the fuck in. Now you nut. You leave the money on the dresser for it, plan B. 2 days later, you calling my phone asking me, did I take what? I left the money on the dresser for the plan what?
Now the bitch said you left the money on the dresser for the plan B. You left the money on the dresser plan what? So she know that the man, he funded the fact that they both enjoyed unprotected sex. Yes,
Right.
the man is a fool. But if we're gonna keep it real with ourselves and not follow our YouTube avatar, which makes us the greatest nigga in the world and the most holiest nigga in the world, when we know that's not true, sir. Sir, stop. Get the fuck out my comments with this bullshit, bro. You know damn well y'all niggas don't be wearing condoms yourself. This man is just like y'all. But the only thing different, this man left the money for the plan B. That's his responsibility. Yes, he is wrong. He is wrong in the eyes of niggas that don't play this game. But if you a nigga that play this game, you have no right to say he's responsible. You are an indoctrinated, compromised male that was raised by a single mother, and you already give women the benefit of the doubt because they could do no wrong. Sir, I need y'all to understand that's behind the mask. You don't understand. You don't think that deep about yourself. But I'm telling you, your behavior. I can write down everything you do in life just by your response to thinking that this man is more responsible than this woman. And y'all be in my comment sections with the know-it-all energy and you know nothing, sir. He left the money for the plan B on the goddamn dresser. Now, would we have done that? No. But the facts are the facts. How you feel are not the facts.
Now, hey, bro. Now, what did I say earlier? What did I say earlier about you got to treat people accordingly and you can't treat everybody the same or you will get treated you will end up being a victim.
Right.
And a lot of times a lot of shit that we do is self-inflicted, right? I made the mistake. A lot of men have made that mistake. A lot of women have made that mistake. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, the only thing that you really responsible for is yourself. And now with this situation with a nigga barebacking a bitch, putting money on the dresser to think that she's going to do the right thing. How do you know she's going to do the right thing? Has she done the right thing before? How do you know she's going to do the right thing when y'all just did the wrong thing and barebacking each other and you don't even really know each other?
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? You just did a fucked up act, but you think that her next move is going to be her best move. We got an example of this in the NBA with a nigga that gave a bitch $100,000 to get an abortion, right? So now, if this nigga left some money for a plan B, why didn't you take her to the store and get it and watch her take it?
Right.
If this nigga gave a bitch $100,000 to get an abortion, why didn't you take her to the abortion clinic and be supportive while she did it, and then gave her the money afterwards, after the mission was completed?
Right.
That would have solved a lot of problems.
You're right. You can't deny that, bro. You can't deny that. But it's still the female's responsibility. She gonna still end up
Well,
with that child
Well, you can't
and
force nobody to
saggy
do. You
titties.
can't force nobody to do shit that they don't want to do. But if the deal was, I get an abortion for 100,000, you got to get the abortion first before I give you the 100,000. You know I got the 100,000 because I got millions. But how would I know you're gonna get this abortion though?
That's a fact. And if you ask me, that's the only thing he did wrong. But he still. But you see,
Because
that's the thing. I
you
think
gotta
that's where.
understand. You gotta understand. These niggas are squares and they're suckers and they think with a trick mentality. Only a vulnerable trick ass type nigga would do some sucker shit like that. Like if you a street nigga and you from the game, you don't front niggas you don't know. You got to have some kind of rapport with a nigga to front them. And even by doing that, you done went against the grain. You done went against your code of ethics because somewhere along the line, you done fronted somebody and they done fucked off the product.
True.
You done extended a favor and you done fucked off a friendship. Or you done deal with some family members because of good faith that this was a family member. And now the relationship is fucked off because they took your love for granted.
It's crazy. It's crazy. At the end of the day, a kid comes in this world by somebody that know that the other partner don't want the baby.
But see, the thing is, what that kid ain't gonna realize is that funky bitch you is using the kid. And these kids don't realize they're being used.
That's trafficking.
It's human trafficking. It's child trafficking.
That's child trafficking.
You was the one that was there for me, right? And so now the idea is you have grown black men that don't want to talk about how they're programmed to believe that women running around doing everything like a fucking man is normal when it's not. They don't want to talk about that because they don't want to discuss anything that may make their mother not look like a fucking martyr. So when you try to have conversations with grown black men nowadays, and I'm talking about the ones that statistically fall in the category of what I'm speaking on, and you're like, hey, babe, we need to talk. Like, I'm starting to feel like you're not doing your part in the household. Like, I'm working. I get that you in between jobs or you making less than me right now. But, you know, when you do get off, you're not trying to find other ways to make more money or side jobs. You playing a video game until I get home. And then when I get home, I'm cooking for the kids. And then, you know, I'm getting them situated for bed. You kind of disconnected. We get into bed, you know, you want sex and, you know, I give it to you, but then we start the next day. And after a while of doing this, I feel like I'm doing more. And the nigga could even be a person whose character he's hearing you, right? I'm not a bad person. So I hear what Bay's saying. But Bay is weighing against my program belief. Ain't nothing wrong with you doing that. My mama did that for years with 5 of us. I hear my lady in one ear. Like, I understand what she's saying. As a man, this don't feel comfortable, but at the same time, it's comfortable because it's so familiar. Because I watched my old girl, who God forbid, I ain't finna let none of you niggas say nothing wrong by her. She did it. I watched her work 2-3 jobs, stay up late, fix our food, help us with homework. My daddy never came around. I watched my mama do it, and I want to believe my girl is a strong black woman like my mama was. So at the same time, I'm hearing, babe.
And that's a fact, love. Word, yo. I ain't gonna hold these people much longer. But y'all see that example of what Love was just talking about with Cardi B and Offset, guys. You know what I mean? Offset just sat there and let Cardi run past him. Even if at some point he had as much money as her, he sat there and let her and him spend his money while she kept getting money. And he didn't get no money. He didn't have no money. And that sucks, guys, when you let your woman outwit you, bro. Guys, I tell you this all of the time, guys. It's going to come from you doing the work on you. Until you do the work on you, you get nothing, bro. You know what I mean? Throw that old ego in the fire. Don't be Cain. Don't be Cain, bro. Remember, Cain is a wanderer. He a walker. He a street walker, bro, that gets nothing because the girls can't give him pussy. Nobody can give him a job. Niggas can't even kill him without inheriting his sin. So he just left to roam and just be miserable. And you know, a stagnant nigga turned into a hater. So you stay away from them and you always be aware of them. Guys, these people not out here fighting demons. Do you know who them demons is? Them demons is consequences from stupid choices and decisions. Remember that, guys. 5,000, man. Do what you do best, man. Close the show, man. We getting the fuck out of here.
I mean, shit, man. We done said a mouthful, and hey, man, I just hope everybody retain this information and remember, you know, the conversation, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, you are the number one defender of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And as far as, you know, making good decisions and having discipline or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We all got our levels of weaknesses and strengths or whatever. You know what I mean? You know yourself better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, man, protect yourself out here. This is a wicked ass world. You know what I'm saying? You got people out here to get you. You got people out here to mean well for you. You got to figure out who's who and what's what. You know what I'm saying? And so you just got to put these people to the test. And you know, and the number one challenge is yourself. Challenge yourself to have that kind of discipline, man. And you know what I mean? If you got to cut somebody out your life, or you got to seek like-minded people to fuck with, you got to do so, man. Don't be attached to the shit that you comfortable with that ain't doing you no good. Like my nigga OKL say, if it ain't conducive, don't fuck with it. Hey,
Yeah.
and this is hey, the Bell 503. You know, tap into the channel, go through the motherfucking shorts, go through the videos. I'm about to put some more up, man. I'm going to, you know, this nigga Goodbread that inspired me, man. That's a hard working nigga, man. This nigga like the James Brown of motherfucking YouTube. This nigga got me inspired. I got to go get some Gatorade and take a nap and go work on my channel. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man.
Yo, 5,000, man. I love you, man. Yo, I'm about to get on over.
I love you too, nigga.
I'm about to get on over to the red carpet ring or the toxic ring scandal. I don't even know which one. I'll figure it out when I get there.
It's a turnbuckle king, man. It's a turnbuckle king until you get there.
Facts, right? I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get there though. But y'all guys, if I'm late, you get there. You go check them out. Check 503 out. Man, it's the Righteous Fit. Don't forget Zone 864 TV. You know what I mean? Killer Quabo, Cali West. Go check them out, guys. It's the Righteous Fit. We untouched, we unbothered, and we undefeated. And we always truthful, guys. That's all. We love y'all. Wrap up.
Clicking,
up.
liking, subscribing, sharing. That's what we doing.
Drink responsibly, guys. Don't play with your life. And y'all already know by now, don't play with us.
Yay.